I think we'll start this day off with a brrr.
Yeah.
No, we're going to end the day with that.
On steroids. Good morning. I'm Rayford Brown.
I'm Kelly Knapp.
And I'm Lee Barrows.
And the word for the day, cold. Colder than a well digger's shovel. How's that?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We got that.
Sure.
Good. We straighten that up.
I
Yeah.
got nervous about what you were about to say.
My heart started
Well,
beating fast.
it's Friday. You never
Yeah, I
can
know.
tell.
Yeah.
Anywho, hazardous weather outlook, and we'll have weather coming up here in about 15, 20 minutes. But we also know that the conditions in much of North Carolina, mostly to our west, is going to be nasty, just nasty. They're going
Ugly.
to be frozen stuff.
Yes.
Mhm.
Tonight, here's where we come into effect. There is a wind advisory.
Mhm.
That means whatever it is outside right now, it's going to feel a whole lot colder. And it's going to get colder, in fact, this afternoon and throughout the afternoon and evening. It's like mid 50s now, but that is today's high. Done. That's over. We're dropping.
We're going to drop starting
How low
throughout
is
the
it going to
day.
get tonight?
Tonight, 16
Ouch.
with gusts as high as 29. So it's going to be cold. I
Yeah,
get to use my
when-
fireplace sign. I'm excited.
Yeah, when you get a wind chill
Mhm.
tacked onto that 16-ish or so tonight,
Oh, it's going to feel a lot colder.
it's gonna
Yeah.
feel it. But overnight, just bundle up and stay warm and don't go outside. Bring your critters inside, of course.
Please bring your pets in,
Put
people.
them a little
Bring them in.
put them a little nice pile of paper in the corner somewhere if need be. Do whatever you got to do, something so they don't have to go traipsing into that really cold weather. That's a shock effect, especially if you got a little dog and it's short haired.
Yep.
That's even worse.
Yep.
Um,
Mhm.
and you may as well get outside and drain your water hoses. Do it while before it gets
I
really
did that
cold.
yesterday.
Something I forgot to do
Put my
yesterday.
covers on.
Drain
do
your
it
water
today.
hoses.
Yeah.
You don't want to have to go buy new ones. And if you will, if you've got water, if those hoses are charged, you are going to buy new ones.
Mhm.
That means if they're full of water.
Mhm.
The little handles at the end of it for your sprayer and whatever, those things will accumulate water. Just take them off and bring them inside.
Yeah.
That's your easiest way to do.
Mhm.
Otherwise, you can go over there to some of those hardware stores right after Christmas and buy you some new ones because you'll need them.
Mhm.
Outboard motors, I've already talked to you about that extensively. Tideline Marine has talked to all of us about it, and they put out the warning. Drop the motors, the lower units. Just drop it straight down. Most people keep them up, but just keep them down. If they're on the trailer, just lower them straight down. That will give any water that accumulates in those lower units, and there is going to always be water accumulating there. It'll give it the opportunity to drain down and drain out. Otherwise, you're going to have very extensive and expensive damage to your lower units. If your boat is a big boat and you keep it in the water, it's an inboard, outboard, or an outboard, nothing wrong with right now. And no, the growth is not going to just suddenly appear in water as cold as what we have right now. Normally, you keep your motors up and out of the water to keep them from getting loaded with all sorts of growth. It ain't going to happen right now. All right. That water is too cold and it's going to get colder. Just drop them down in the water. That water temperature is not going to get down into the 16-degree range. It ain't going to happen. If it does, we will be ice skating on New River forever. You can drive on it if that water temperature gets down to 16. So just don't worry about that part. Just drop your motors down into the water. And I think that's about all. Your batteries. I've mentioned this to a lot of folks.
Yes.
Your boat batteries, your lawnmower batteries, put them inside the garage on a piece of plywood or something. Don't put them on concrete floors. They discharge. That's not good for them. But just bring them inside and put them on a piece of wood or on a shelf or whatever in your garage, anywhere the temperature is going to be above freezing. On the amateur radio network locally last night, they were putting out some hints, and a lot of the guys who lived in places like north of here, who live here now, they were putting out some of their things that they used to do in New Hampshire and I think one of the gentlemen was from there, and of course he was in the backwoods of New Hampshire, so he was all alone. Whenever bad weather came, um, he said sometimes it's easier to, like, if you don't have doors closing off one big room to the rest of your house, get some blankets, pin them up, leave a little room at the top for fresh air, so you can get some air coming through, but and just pin it up over your opening there to the rest of the house. It's easier to keep one room warm, and even a candle or two will heat up an area. Did you know that? It
I didn't
provides
think
light.
about that.
Kerosene lanterns do the same thing. Now, I
Right.
understand there is a shortage of kerosene lamps and stuff right now at the places that sell new ones. Hint, those vintage shops, places that sell used stuff,
Yes,
there's a good chance you can find
that's
that kind
right.
of stuff
Found
there.
mine.
Yes, a lot of people buy those things there. Be very careful with anything that has an open flame. That goes without saying. Don't go to bed with it turned on. Just wrap up. You can get up tomorrow morning and light her again. Fireplaces, if you got a wood burning fireplace, good for you. I do, and I got some luck. I got a picture of the wood that's en route to my house right
Yes.
now, so I'll be able to get through 2 nights at least, tonight and tomorrow night. These are the two really frigid nights. So due to a number of reasons, I have not been able to get outside and chop up wood this year.
Yes.
So I got some that's coming. It's already done deal. All I got to do is light her up. But bring your wood. I don't think we have any rain. Do we?
No
No
rain.
rain,
No
no
rain.
precipitation of any
Nothing.
kind.
Mm-mm.
So it's okay. You don't really have to wrap your wood up right now, not through this cold snap. But that's something you want to keep in mind for the future. If you stock a lot of firewood, wrap it up. Those big bungee cords and that blue stuff that looks awful. Those things that you
The
put on your
The
tarps.
blue
house,
tops.
Yeah, blue
Yeah.
tarps.
but they
Yeah.
work.
Yes.
Yeah, they do work.
Covered it
Mhm.
up and wrap it up with a bungee cord,
Mhm.
and so you can keep it in place like that, because wood, once it gets wet, is hard. It takes a while to dry.
Yes.
Mhm.
And when you put it on your fire, and yes, it will dry out in the fireplace, but you're also going to produce some smoke, more smoke than you want, because it does not
Mhm.
burn clean. Now, if you're cooking outside and smoking a turkey,
Mm.
that's a good thing to have.
Now I'm hungry
But this
again.
is not what you want,
Right.
not for inside the home. And again, make sure you close off the doors for your fireplace when you go to bed. Those little cinders and stuff can lay banked up all night long. And if you happen to get a downdraft, they can send it out into the room.
Mhm.
And, things, I know you got stuff in your room that burns. So be careful with that. Lots of little things out there. If you guys anybody lived up north and you've got some hints for those of us who do not believe in 16-degree temperatures,
Whew.
they should be illegal.
Stay
If they were
in.
illegal, they could be arrested and we can be done with it. So our state legislature needs to go back in a session and make 16 degrees or anything in that area illegal.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm with
Sheriff,
that.
do your
Mhm.
job. Anyway, we'll have more coming up shortly. But if you've got some advice and you've lived this kind of a lifestyle and it was a natural thing, uh, please share it. I found some of the hints last night over the radio very wonderful,
Good.
especially that blocking off a room. You block off
Yes.
one room and just everybody kind of gather in there. Body heat in one little room like that's cool. That's good. Um, and there's some things about if electricity, the wind can break limbs off. Limbs can come down and either short out or knock out power. They can short out a line coming in, but they can also, if it's a big enough limb, it will tear. That limb, that wire coming into your house can break off,
Mhm.
and then it's going to be down. First of all, don't go out and check it out. Trust me, it's hot. And you just call the power company, whichever one you're going. I don't care if you think everybody in the neighborhood is called. Keep in mind that line that's coming into your house affects absolutely no one but
Mhm.
you.
Mhm.
Hello, and they're not going to know about it real easy. Yes, they got electronic devices these days that tell them, but if it's one line, it's not going to get the same attention as if it's a primary line feeding an entire neighborhood or the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
They got priority. Okay, so do that. But be prepared if you've got I hate to do it too much, a gasoline, not a gasoline, but a propane grill or burners or anything like that. Don't bring them in the house
Oh,
for
no,
heat
don't.
or cooking.
Lord, no.
No.
Why?
Oh, you'd be amazed
I
what
know.
people will do when they get
I
cold.
know. Yeah.
But you can use them to cook short term in your garage. Just open the bottom of your garage about 4 or 5 inches.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Get some air going in there. You don't want to suck all the air out, and then go down and do whatever cooking you've got to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Right.
me, a big pot of soup today would be absolutely
Mm.
ideal for you to prepare.
Hmm.
A
I
big
have to
pot
do
of
that.
soup,
Yes.
and guess where? You don't have to put it in your refrigerator. Just put it outside or in your garage.
That's
'Cause
true.
It's going to be cool enough. All right.
It's true.
And just bring in the little bits and pieces that you need as you need them and heat them up. You can heat them up inside. Again, if you've got a gas stove and the power is off, you may need some matches.
Yeah.
Because those igniter things, they run
That's
off
right.
electricity, y'all. Duh. You can't get away from all the electricity.
Hmm.
So keep that part in mind as well. Okay. Anything
Well.
else that we can offer right now?
Interesting. Well, I learned something new this morning. You know how, like, Kelly and I've talked about it, like, before we go out of the house, we'll actually start our car from the inside of the house.
Mm-hmm.
And I was reading an interesting story put out by AAA this morning. Is you don't want to let it sit there too long and idle.
No. Well, mine
And
shuts off
Mine will
after
shut off.
Yes,
Too.
mine
12
too.
minutes or something, whatever it is.
Right. But I never thought about it because once it's sit there idling, when you first start it, the oil comes up,
Mhm.
Yep.
lubricates everything. But as it sits there and idles for a period of time, all the oil goes back down and you can damage your engine.
So it doesn't.
So I thought that was
have an
interesting.
oil
I
pump that
just
works
never
with-
thought about it,
Yeah,
right?
that without the key in it and
Right.
turned on,
Mhm.
those devices don't work.
Yeah, because I never leave mine running more than maybe 2-3
Yeah, I do a
minutes at the
couple
most.
maybe 5 at the most, and that's if I can't find something or whatever. That was
Right.
just enough to.
A little warning about
Yeah.
that as well. If you keep your car in the garage, your
Mhm.
garage
Yes,
is going to be warmer.
no,
If you
mhm,
start
right.
if you start your car in the garage,
Open the garage door.
either open the garage door a little bit,
Or the back
if-
door,
or
yes.
some door going
Right.
outside so you can get some air
Yeah.
inside to
Mhm.
let that carbon monoxide get
Mhm.
outside.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Yeah, you're not trying
Well,
to choke out in
it's
there.
also
Yeah.
not good for your plants in case you
Yeah.
store some of your plants.
I'm glad you
inside
said
the
plants. I
garage.
have a plant I have to bring in today.
Oh,
I need to make a note.
send me a text.
All right. Did you? I
Yes,
said,
I
did you
took
get
care
the
of it.
other?
Yep. I got my.
I have
leave
to
my
set
reminder.
alarms to send her text
Yeah,
so
send
she'll
me to
remember
remind
things.
me. Yeah.
All
You're
right,
writing stuff
plant.
down over here.
She just made herself a note for the plants.
All right.
I got to
just
bring
made
my
myself-
rose bush in.
I
It's
had
in
to
a big
bring-
pot,
yeah.
so
Okay.
I meant to do it yesterday.
Take care of any
Ugh.
plants that you want to
Setting
have
alarms.
alive after this, or if you don't want to worry about them, just buy some new ones in the spring.
No, I'm not trying to do all that. That's why I'm
No,
trying to
I've
keep
had
them.
one. It's a tropical plant. And I've had it for a couple of years, and I found it does better in the pot than putting it in the ground.
Same
So,
as my rose bush. It's
yes.
flourishing. I got a huge pot. It's big. I can drag it in there.
Robbie's got one of those bushes that
Mhm.
she grew in a pot for decades,
Hmm.
and it
I
outgrew the
saw
pot.
that
And
thing.
now that sucker is outside in the ground with a dome built over it
Nice.
Right.
and
So-
heat
Nice.
lamps inside it.
Yeah. Oh,
So-
that's awesome.
So the ground stays a lot warmer
Right.
than the air will, and it was just way too huge for a pot. So it's been flourishing for a number of years. I don't know, since we've had it in the ground, if we've gotten down to 16 degrees or not.
Right.
Tonight and tomorrow night will be the test, I guess.
Well,
So-
I had one that was not in wintertime. The leaves, they actually die and they're real sticky.
Yep.
And this year I didn't trim them back and it did better. But one I just dug up out of the ground, put in a pot and it's doing really well. So I definitely want to bring that one in.
Okay.
So yeah.
Again, your critters are primary.
Most important.
Your kids.
Bring
are
your
first.
critters in, people.
Your kids are
Seriously.
first, then your doggies and cats and stuff are right behind it. Matters not.
Your
if it-
bunny rabbits. People keep bunnies outside in little cages.
Yeah.
Have some warmth for them. Please, people. Don't be dumb.
Bring them in the garage. Put a
Mhm.
blanket over them or
And
something.
if you run out of food, I mean,
You better
know,
stop
Oh,
right here,
no,
Rayford. You
no,
stop
he did
right
not
here
go
now.
there.
Evil.
Rabbit stew. No,
Evil.
mm-mm.
Anywho, that's why people had bunnies to raise them for food.
They do not. That is not why, Rayford.
Yeah, it is.
No, it is not. No.
I bet you'd have a pet cow, wouldn't you? How
I
about a
would.
pet pig?
I
Pet
w-
pigs.
I
and
wouldn't
pet
mind
cow-
having a pet pig.
It'd
You
have
can
to be
train a
real
pig to use a
small.
litter box.
Real small.
Yeah, I wouldn't want a big one. They're just kind of creepy looking. But a little potbelly pig.
I've seen how big these
Mhm.
potbelly pigs
Yeah,
get
well,
though.
those
My
potbelly
I'd have
friend
to have
had
a
one.
miniature.
That
They
thing
can
was
be huge.
smart.
It can be huge.
But
yeah.
it was. My friend had one. That thing was smart.
All right. If you got something you want to chat about this
Mhm.
morning, how about didn't get any calls yesterday about the I don't think we get any about the most horrendous or the most unusual or the most whatever Christmas gift you've ever got.
We talked about it the
Yes.
day before.
yeah, we talked about it,
Yes.
but
But somebody, because Steve called in with his.
It's
That's
87
right.
boxes
That's
of
right.
Yeah, his mac and
mac
cheese.
and
Yes,
cheese.
that's right.
Yeah.
That is a memorable Christmas
And
gift.
I
was
thought about
thinking
him last
that, Rayford.
night.
I don't have anything memorable. I mean, it sounds bad. I've always gotten good gifts even as a kid.
Uh-huh.
I mean, nothing jumps out at
Well,
me.
it doesn't.
I'll
have to
tell
be
you
a
what.
bad
I
gift.
will admit. I tell a lie. When I turned, no, let me think about this. When I was 15, I had my learner's permit, and I remember on Christmas morning waking up mad as heck that I didn't have a car in a driveway.
Mhm.
You're
Yeah.
15.
Yeah, but I was going to be 16 in May, so it's less than 6 months away.
That would be for your birthday then.
Well, I wanted it for Christmas. I didn't get it. I mean, I ended up getting a car later, but not the point.
Did you get it in time for your birthday?
No, I was once I turned. Let me think about how
I
this
think
worked.
25 is a perfect
I turned
age.
16 in May,
25.
Yeah.
and then my mom, I don't know why this woman had ever doubted me, had said, "If you want a car, we're not buying you a car. You need responsibility, so you get a job, and you can get a car." Thinking I will never save up the down payment, thinking it would never happen because she thought I was a diva and a princess. Guess who went out that
Wonder
very
why She
afternoon?
thought that.
Yeah.
Is there some evidence?
There's
to that?
evidence, but
Oh.
I was still a smart. It was a challenge. I'm like, bet. I literally said to her, bet. Went that day, got a job at Burger King that day.
That's a lot of burgers to flip.
It was awesome.
Mine
And
was
then
Hardee's.
saved my money for about
Well, you didn't
3
have
months.
to buy lunch.
3 months. Yeah, no, I got sick of eating Burger King.
bet you
Oh
did.
God, it was awful. But yeah, and then my dad knew. He grinned when I said knew. He knew. I don't know why she doubted me, and they sure did match my down payment. And of course, my father, being my dad and his humorous self, they bought me a new car. Dad went,
Mhm.
a stick. I couldn't drive a stick. My dad had to drive it home from the dealership in
That
Greensboro.
works.
Yep. He said, "You were going to learn to drive this car." I'm like, "Why?"
I'm
Stick was
sorry.
cheaper. It was
Well,
a
it's-
Ford Escort,
Yeah, well, that's
Mine
fine.
was a Ford Pinto.
1986
my.
Ford
Mhm.
Escort.
I bought it brand new.
1985 Ford Escort.
Saved up my
85 Ford Escort.
paychecks
Yeah.
and bought it brand new.
Weren't
Mama's
those the
new.
ones that burst into flames
Yeah.
every time you get
Yeah, I don't know. It
My
was
parents had one of
back
those,
in the
but yeah.
day. I don't
Yeah.
have it anymore, of course. But
I cried.
Broke out into flames.
it broke out into flames.
Threw the keys at him, but we didn't even go home from the dealership.
Well, you took driver's ed, right?
Yeah, but they taught us an automatic car. Did not teach us.
Really?
Did not teach us to drive a stick.
We were required to drive
Yeah.
a stick. in
I've
driver's
driven a
ed.
stick, but it was so
I
long
mean,
ago.
My
I mean,
dad said we will not go home until you learn how to drive
Well,
this car.
that's good.
Tears. I jumped out of the car at one point on the road. Take it back. I will not try this car.
Okay. take it
Within
back.
3 hours, I thought I'm gonna burn this clutch out. Learned how to drive it. Now I can drive a stick.
Well, good.
I loved that car. I roared that car into the ground. Yeah, it's a good
I
car.
had a
Took care
Ford
of it.
Escort
Yeah.
too. I
But
used it to
everybody should
deliver
learn.
mail.
But everybody should learn how to drive a stick
They
because
should.
Sure.
if you are in a situation and only getaway car is a
Well,
stick,
let me put it to you this
Yeah.
way: in some places,
Mhm.
like down in the islands,
Mhm.
90% of the cars they rent are
Yeah,
stick.
yeah. I can drive
okay?
a stick. Yeah.
And in a lot of foreign countries,
Yeah. In Ireland, a lot of the cars are stick.
uh-huh,
Yeah.
you're gonna be if you want to rent a
Mhm.
car, you gonna rent a stick.
Mhm.
You can't drive a stick, man. Well,
You're out
that's
of
too
luck.
bad.
Yeah. But I
Call
could do. My
Uber.
dad did me a favor, and he didn't even
Well, he
realize
did.
it. Yeah.
Well, he did realize it.
He knew.
what
He
was
wanted to
doing.
train his daughter. He knew
Yeah.
the little princess would actually learn how to drive
I
stick.
want to hear more about this diva and princess
I
stuff.
was a princess. I admit it. And that's not even a lie.
Christmas
Uh,
stories, y'all. Anybody got any Home Alone stories or anything like that to tell?
No, but I had to watch Home Alone this past weekend
Had
11
to.
times.
Had to? You
Yes.
chose to.
No, my grandson. I had my daughter and son-in-law went to the Carolina Pittsburgh game in Charlotte. So they
Uh-huh.
left on Saturday and left after the game on Sunday to come back. So I had my little sweet prince for the weekend. I did not know.
You ever heard of Benadryl?
I did not understand this kid was obsessed with Home Alone.
The
I'm so
Benadryl
sick of this
trick.
movie. Oh, God, it was bad.
I hope you
So-
didn't do like I did when had my granddaughter. I was feeding her chocolate milk
Oh, he got
and
everything he
adding
wanted.
extra chocolate,
Uh-oh.
not
No,
thinking
I
about the
don't need that.
caffeine in it.
No, he wanted Red Robin.
God,
He
there's
got
no
that.
sleep.
He wanted he got a McDonald's for breakfast. He got everything he wanted. He gets what he wants. I love that kid.
Uh-huh.
We played
Terrible.
Legos. We read books. I had to find this book he couldn't find. Wouldn't go to bed till I found. I was looking everywhere. Where is this stinking book? Finally, I called my daughter. She said, "Oh, it's in my room." I should have just done it as soon as I couldn't find the book. But yeah, we had fun.
Oh, good.
Hmm
11 times.
Oh, Rayford, it was
I
so
would
bad.
have-
I was like literally writing help
No.
on Facebook. It was
No,
bad.
No.
Oh,
Nope.
and I'm not counting the times I had to
Benadryl.
fast forward it to the particular parts.
Benadryl.
Yep.
Works every time.
I'm not going to do that to him. I love him.
I'm
No,
not
we
for
are
him,
not
but
endorsing
I
this,
wasn't
folks.
going to say for him. I was thinking for you.
Rayford,
Let you sleep through it.
No, because he's like, Nana, pay attention. I'm like, at one point I'm on my phone, like, look what's going to happen next. I'm like, oh God. Yeah. But he was happy, so I was happy.
Well, good.
Yep.
We'll take a break. Our number, if you want to chat this morning, 910-333-0139. I've got a lot of questions out there for you. Your worst, your most memorable, your best Christmas gift that you can talk about. The most unusual Christmas gift that you've ever gotten. The biggest surprise that you've ever gotten with a Christmas gift. If it's particular, if you're one of those transplants from up yonder where things get really cold, this is kind of like another day, a walk in the park for you coming up tonight and tomorrow night. What do y'all do to stay warm with the possibility of losing power or anything like that? Do you have a plan in place up there that you could share that maybe with just a few hours notice we might be able to put into place here as individuals?
A lot. I have family live in Massachusetts,
Uh-huh.
northern Massachusetts, and Boston and Points North. And
They've been punished there.
well,
They're
I've
sentenced.
spent many a winter up there. It's awful. I hate it. But anyway, but a lot of them have generators. I mean, it's
sure of
nothing
that.
to them.
Yeah.
They have plans for plowing.
We don't have that here.
No,
plowing?
and don't want it.
And plowing? No. Plow
I
the
hate
fields, not the roads.
Let me tell you, Massachusetts is why I don't like snow.
Well,
For that
I
reason
can
right there.
understand
I
that.
hated everything
Yeah,
about it.
Plus
Yep.
the Kennedys.
It's cold. Well, yeah, nobody likes
All right.
them, believe it or not.
You're live and local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. I'm going to try not to talk too much politics today. There are some things that are going on we do have to discuss. But it is Christmas weekend.
Right.
We're going to try to keep it as light as possible throughout.
Well, we're in red.
We're red.
We all matched
That's
today.
Reddish.
Yes.
We are today.
Yeah.
Weather's coming up. You're live and local Real Talk. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Storm warnings in effect through this evening here in eastern North Carolina today. Offshore westerly winds 30 to 40 knots. That's about 35 to 45 miles per hour, diminishing to 25 to 30 later in the day. Gusts up to 50 knots, 55,
That's a
58
heck
mile per
no.
hour, decreasing to 40 knots later. Seas 9 to 14
Wow.
feet. Ugh.
That's like a perfect storm right there
9
from
to
the movie.
14 feet, 9 to 12 near shore. Dominant period 7 seconds. Sounds and rivers extremely rough, diminishing to very rough later in the day. Westerly winds tomorrow 20 to 25 knots. Sea diminishing to 15 to 20 in the afternoon. Seas 5 to 8, coming down 4 to 6 in the afternoon near shore. Seas will be 4 to 6 feet, subsiding to 3 to 4 in the afternoon. That will be good. Near shore, dominant period 7 seconds on those. Sounds and rivers rough, diminishing to choppy this afternoon or tomorrow afternoon. Northwesterly winds on Sunday 10 to 15. Just another day in the park, 2 to 4 footers.
Today's going to be cloudy, and then it will clear up actually. But the temperatures throughout the day are going to fall, and by 5 p.m. it's going to be 29 degrees.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's also going to be gusty winds with gusts as high as 45 miles an hour. So it's like 50 out there right now. But please don't be fooled. The temperature is going to drop throughout the day. So dress appropriately. Take a coat with you. Make sure you got coats on your kids. It is going to fall, and like I said, by 5 p.m. it's going to be 29. Tonight, clear, bitterly cold. 16 degrees with wind gusts as high as 29 miles an hour tonight. Tomorrow, the high is only 32, and that's a high, folks. It's going to be sunny and gusty, but only 32. Tomorrow night, Christmas Eve, clear, cold, low of 17. So if you're going to church services, make certain you dress appropriately once
Call
again.
and make sure they got
Yep.
the heat on too.
Yeah. Christmas Day, sunny, but a high of only 39. But it's not going to be gusty, so it's still going to be cold though. But
Y'all ever have any of those hand warmers from way back when? Did I ask you that earlier?
No.
They were metal. They kind
Right.
of look like an overgrown cigarette lighter, and they use lighter fluid.
Uh-huh.
And I had a
Oh.
little wick in them that which is glowed. You
my grandpa had something like that.
those
Yeah.
things are good. Howard, you probably remember those, don't you?
Oh yeah, definitely. But anyway, what I wanted to tell you about was, people talk about the over commercialization of Christmas, and people forget what the real meaning of Christmas is. Well, about 10 years ago, I was at a Christmas service, and it was a bishop that actually presided, and he said, "I want everybody here to write the word." And I'm not going to say the word or anything, and you guys will know what I'm talking about when you get there, just in case you got kids listening. SANTA. Just write it down on a piece of paper if you got one, okay?
Yeah.
Now, take the N in SANTA and move it to the end.
Satan.
Got it.
And that's who's behind the commercialization of Christmas.
Well, he was making a good point on that one.
Oh, that just floored me. It really did. Especially when the kids, can we leave early so we can open up presents? It's like, that's how brainwashed the kids are, because they're being trained basically to, what am I getting for Christmas, instead of the real reason. A good friend of mine, every Christmas would have a birthday cake at the dinner table.
Well, that's good.
For
Smart,
the baby Jesus.
Smart move.
So I wanted to share that with you because, like I say, it's something that has stuck with me every single Christmas.
Yeah.
And right now, where I'm at, it's 57 degrees, but I'm here to tell you, it doesn't feel like 57.
No, it's still breezy out there, and it's gonna be it's kind of chilly. It will be really cold tonight, and that
the
wind
is wicked.
And the wind is still going to be with us through tomorrow. So, yeah, buddy. 10 or 15 or 15 degrees is going to feel like nothing. Zero.
Yeah. They were talking about, I forgot where it was, but they said that it was in the teens for an NFL game last Sunday, and they were saying how terrible it was, and it was the coldest game ever. Are they forgetting the Ice Bowl?
Yeah, I was going to say we had some
bowl?
really bad games.
But I'm saying I watched the game on TV, thank the good Lord. And it was the wind chill. I forgot what it was, but it was absolutely off the charts. And they didn't wear gloves back in those days.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
You know, I'm talking to players.
That's when men were men,
You
right?
know.
Frozen men.
Oh,
but
yeah,
They were frozen. They were men.
And Lombardi would not allow sideline heaters on the opposing team's sideline because his team didn't have heaters. He wouldn't allow his guys. So he says, if my guys aren't going to use them, you surely aren't going to use them either. And I'll tell you what, to their credit, I'm not a Cowboy fan, but they play tough. And, you know, considering that, well, Dallas gets awful cold sometimes too. But
Yeah.
But that's all I had today. Absolutely no politics, I hope.
Yeah,
You
well,
know,
we're
from
trying
anybody.
to stay away from them, and but we got a little bit to
Exactly.
talk about, and some other news to talk about too. This sort of sad.
It's a little strange though that with Christmas on a Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you know, I've been through a lot of
It's
those
the
on
way it
Sundays.
works.
Yeah. Hey, I remember some
Exactly.
Christmas Eve days when I was out shopping. My favorite day
Oh,
to
yeah.
shop.
Shorts and flip flops.
yeah.
Shorts and flip flops.
Yep.
75 degrees it was
Mhm.
one
I
year
remember that, yeah.
on Christmas
Mhm.
Eve in
Up in
Wilmington.
Wisconsin one year, it was 73 for
Wow.
Christmas.
It
I'm
was
not
warm
kidding.
last year.
Yeah.
Christmas and the year before.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
But anyway,
I
you
also
guys-
remember Christmas morning, 1989. It was 0 officially up in
Mhm.
North
Oh, I
Carolina, the
remember.
National Weather Service in Wilmington. 0.
I remember that one.
Yeah,
Wow.
I remember my ex-wife when on a Christmas Eve there was a huge snowstorm. I mean, it was like a blizzard, and she had parked in front of somebody else's house, and they were yelling at her that you're not allowed to park here. This is my house. And he said, "Well, I'm pregnant," and the thing is, she didn't know if she was pregnant. She just said that, and lo and behold, it
She
turned out
was.
that she was pregnant.
Be careful what you brag about.
I know. Well, anyway, you guys have a safe and blessed holiday season, okay?
You too,
Be
Howard. You stay
careful-
safe.
Be careful on those roads out there. I
You
know
stay
you're
warm.
delivering papers, but be really, really
Yep.
careful, please.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Just make sure you warm up the car, that's all.
There you go.
But I'm going to try to get an early start so I can finish, because I got a feeling that it's going to get worse through the course of the
it will be.
early morning. I
It
don't
will
know.
be. Yep. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, guys. No problem.
Yep.
Bye.
Take care. That's another thing too. Your car, you do like I've got to do this morning. I'd gotten kind of used to not going to gas stations and stuff for the
I've
last
got to
couple of
go
months.
today.
I haven't put gas in my vehicle in over 2
Oh,
months,
gosh.
and now I got to go put some gas in it. It's
I
not
do
that it gets
too.
that kind of mileage; it's just that I haven't been driving it.
I
Right.
did
This is the
mine
first week,
yesterday
so-
for my trip.
You guys need to make sure that you need to top off on the way back too.
Oh, I have to. I
Okay.
won't make it back in there and
All right,
back on
so
one tank.
Anyway, make sure you've got gas in your vehicle, because if you have to go somewhere for whatever reason,
Mhm.
go to grandma's house to stay warm or whatever, you need to be able to have some fuel to get there.
I even put blankets in my car during cold weather, because you never know.
Yeah.
You never
Yeah,
know.
and a shovel.
It's a good idea. I didn't
True,
think about
true.
No,
that.
seriously.
My mind went elsewhere, but okay, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you need a shovel and
Duct tape,
yeah,
shovel.
all sorts of good stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I will tell you that spray stuff for your windshield. It does not have to be snowing
I
to
know.
have an icy windshield.
True that.
Okay.
I know that was the best thing you ever told me, because I went down and got a gallon of that and bought a spray
I
bottle.
gotta go
so
get more. I'm
I
out.
come out in the
A s-
mornings and just
You
squirt
got
it
a
on there,
gallon
ready
of
to
it?
go. Yeah, it came in a gallon jug.
Oh, I just found a little aerosol cans. This fits under the front seat.
Well, I have extra containers in a little spray bottle, and I
Oh,
have
that's
that
good.
in the truck and spray the windshield, and I'm good to go.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Police in Arkansas, tragedy. This is the stuff you hear about, you read about, and say, holy, how did this happen? A newborn baby dead.
Mm.
She succumbed to injuries she received from the family's dog.
Oh no.
Oh no.
They said a 4-day-old baby girl
4 days old. I
rushed
see
to the
that.
hospital. Happened at approximately 12:20 in the afternoon on Wednesday. The child was then flown to Children's Hospital in Little Rock, where she was pronounced dead.
Mm.
Um, the dog's a 3-year-old Siberian Husky, was euthanized in accordance with state law. I don't know why, how, what's going on with that, but um, newborns with dogs or cats or anything else, I mean, dogs are playful. Siberian Huskies, I don't know how old it was, 3 years old, was it?
3
They're
years.
playful little guys. They're nice. They're not known as a vicious group, but when you got a 4-day-old baby,
Mhm.
Wow.
why does your
Yeah.
dog have access to it?
I agree.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't care
Yeah.
what kind of dog it
Mhm.
is. It could be my little doggy Shockwave, and he weighs like 8 pounds, 10 pounds. But you don't put him up in a newborn baby.
Mhm.
That's just not the way you do things.
Sounds
So,
like there may have been some negligence there.
well, just some
I mean, it's tragic.
lack of
Yes.
consideration, a lack of concern, lack of um, just what you can do with a dog like that, and comes at you. But for a little baby, it doesn't take
It's
much.
horrible.
Doesn't take. I mean, does not take much to seriously injure or kill a child.
It's very, very sad. 4 days old, too.
Also in Arkansas, 6-year-old. He was drowned in the toilet.
What?
Then he was nailed under the home's floorboards.
Well, that's a kid. Yeah. Mhm.
These are new details. We talked a little bit about it earlier because we didn't know any details.
Right.
Mhm.
The boy's mother and her boyfriend have been charged with murder. The stepfather or whatever significant other, whatever, I don't know what it is. The warrant says that he drowned the child in the toilet. He intentionally
That poor baby.
murdered in a toilet
I volunteer to take care of that guy.
a 6-year-old.
I'm riding shotgun.
Yeah, I volunteer my services.
Yeah.
Telling you, I'll do it. I volunteer. I'm put together
I'm
a crew
afraid
quick.
you probably are not the first in line.
Oh, I can get a
might
crew
have-
together.
You might
Yeah.
have to wait.
I got a list of
You might
people
have
that would help
you
me.
might have to wait for that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. People like that are just pure evil, and there is no rehabilitation or anything
This
is
like
not
that.
all.
Yeah.
We still have that 11-year-old missing from Cornelius, North
Yes.
Carolina.
Hmm.
The little kid's sister, also 6. I'm working on that.
Maybe they're twins.
That's the only thing I can think of, but it just says also 6. She was found to have suffered serious burns and scabs on her scalp,
No, I'm telling you.
taken to a local hospital for treatment.
What is wrong with
Y'all
people?
just, I'm telling you, I don't need but about a minute. But I'll even go with a minute and a half. I don't need much time.
Oh, I'd want about 24 hours.
Oh, I would inflict
Oh.
seriousness quick. It would be
No.
excruciating in a very short period of time.
No.
I don't need a long period of time. Sick. Well, I will say I've got some good Christmas
Good.
dumb crook stories today, just so
Yep.
y'all know.
Let's take a break right
Yeah.
now. You're live in local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME, and we'll be right back. All right, we got to do another break here real fast, like in just a minute. But I know where you can get a drone now.
Where?
So anybody shopping for Kelly, she wants a drone.
I do want a drone.
You just go to Ukraine.
Oh,
Russia launched a cluster of 13.
Oh, I could go get me one of
You
those.
go get a
Okay.
used one
Okay.
for nothing.
It's probably pretty
made
high
in-
tech too.
They were made in Iran,
Uh-huh.
so they're higher tech than Russia's got.
That's true. Anything can be higher tech than Russia's got.
Did you,
Yeah.
did you see where Iran got all upset with Zelensky when he was talking about Iran being um, Russia's pawn or whatever, and that Iran was just supplying stuff to. No, they said there's no evidence that we've done anything. We're not helping Russia at all. Then today's
Yeah.
news: 13 Iranian-made drones
Of course.
landed in Kiev, fired by the Russians.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah.
How
Of
stupid does
course.
that make you look now? Let's take another break here. Live and local, real talk. Don't go away. We'll be right back. You mentioned the little girl from Cornelius earlier.
Yes.
Um, the mother of this 11-year-old girl, the girl's name Madalena
Madalena.
Kojikari or something like
Hmm.
that, 11 years old, went missing back in November. Her mother apparently has made statements to the law enforcement that has come out in court documents that she believed her husband, the stepfather, put the family in danger after she waited 3 weeks to report her daughter missing and then was arrested.
Wait, what?
We're not, I'm still trying to figure out why she waited 3 weeks.
Correct.
And then the stepfather, after the girl was last seen, he drives to Michigan
Right.
and then comes back.
But we can
Mhm.
speculate all we want, but I have a theory on that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you.
Hmm.
She told investigators that she waited 3 weeks to report her daughter missing because she thought it would hurt her relationship with her husband, the stepfather.
So she put him over her own
Yeah,
child.
just what the conversation we had about
Yep.
yesterday. Yep.
Exactly.
Oh my word.
Well, if it wasn't for that school calling and checking and coming to the door, just no telling how long it might have gone before it was reported.
Why? But here's my thing. What is she worried about? Unless you know he did something and
Well, I'm sure that she knows that he did something.
Yeah.
Just where is the body?
probably Michigan
Could be anywhere.
or anywhere along between
yeah,
here and
anywhere
there.
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
between.
But then he wouldn't have had to go all the way up there unless that was his
Well,
alibi.
Maybe he didn't go all
Yeah.
the way.
That's what
True,
I'm
too.
thinking. I'm
Yeah.
thinking he went elsewhere.
Well,
and
cell phone. If
disposed.
you had a cell phone with him, you can ping the
That's true.
check the pinging of the
That's true.
phone on
Turn it
towers.
off.
Yeah. Well, I don't. Something tells me he wouldn't. A lot of people don't know to do that, Rayford. Believe it or not.
Really?
Yes. Yes. Everybody don't think like you do. A lot of people don't know to do that.
Put it in a glass of water and get yourself a burner.
Once again,
Take the battery out.
mhm.
Whatever. Well, you
Well, mine don't have a
can't.
battery. I have an iPhone.
Oh, that's right. I
You
don't.
have
I
a
can't
battery.
take mine
Yeah.
either.
Yeah, I have an iPhone.
forgot
Mine
about
don't have a
that.
battery.
It
Well, I
has a
mean,
battery.
okay. Let me rephrase that. It's not a take or out battery.
That's
Right.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
reason that
Yeah, it does have a battery, but I mean, I can't.
I
I have no
forgot.
access to it.
thanks
Right,
to
yeah.
Verizon and all the other companies for
Mhm.
forcing me to get this thing that can't take the battery out of this
Yeah.
thing
Yeah.
because I was using the old S5s. I
Yeah.
still got 3 of them. One of them's brand new. That because I got a stack of batteries with them. I just
Mhm.
you can buy the batteries for next to
I
nothing.
think-
The
I
phones
think-
you can buy for less than $40.
I
I
think
know,
I
that's what
can
you-
on
The
mine.
Rayford-
problem is
Raven had a lot of, but they
the
won't work
problem
now.
is they don't work
Yeah,
anymore.
they won't
They're
work
not
anymore.
reliable anymore
No.
because they're not supported. What do you
Yeah.
mean they're not supported? How do you have to? What kind of support do you
Because they
need?
want you to have to buy a quadrillion dollar
yeah.
phone
Yeah.
versus
Y'all
that
quit talking
$40
about it
phone.
now.
That's what that is. Yeah.
I
Samsung
know
helped
what's
me
gonna
out on that
happen.
one when I called to complain about the other one. They said,
Mhm.
"Well, we can get you this other one."
It's gonna be like $600.
Well,
Yeah.
no, it's less than $200. For
Oh
this one.
wow.
Yeah.
You made
That's
out.
good.
But the thing is, this one it's brand new.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, it stumped Verizon because it's not one that Verizon stocks for sale by Verizon.
Okay. Yeah.
So it took them a period of time to get that sucker programmed. They said, "Oh, well, how did you do this?"
Of course it did.
And then I had to
Yeah.
get back on the phone with Samsung after they set me up with it to find out some of the nuances on this thing.
Mhm.
And I'm still trying to figure it out. It just doesn't do everything that I used to be able to do on my $48 phone. Whatever.
Of course.
Whatever.
Oh, I remember when they
How do you
came
say
in
it?
bags.
Remember that? Oh, I do too.
I remember where they were huge and you flip up the top. They
Uh-huh.
had the big antenna.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
little StarTAC was the first small
Yes.
phone, and then they thought that was the coolest thing in the world.
No, I was a BlackBerry girl. I loved my BlackBerry.
I hated a
don't make 'em
BlackBerry. I had
anymore.
one. I hated that.
I
thing.
had
I
to have,
loved mine.
Well, at one time I had my personal, then I had a regular cell that was issued by the company. Then I had a BlackBerry to do all the computer crap on. I'm like, really? I'm
Mhm.
carrying 3 of these monsters on
Now
me.
you can do it all on one phone.
And then some.
If it works,
Yeah, true.
You're going to talk about now. You're going to break mine. Mine's going to break this weekend.
probably.
Well, I
Yes.
know when we come back from the break, I've got a list of 8 enchanting North Carolina Christmas towns that are like a storybook. This just came out this morning. So for people that want to visit towns during the holiday
Are
season.
any of them 70 degrees or more right now?
No, Rayford.
Well, then I ain't going.
Yeah.
You're live and local, real talk. Don't go away. We'll be right back. And we are back.
Appointments on average take between 1 and 3 hours.
I got a phone call here, so I got to stop it. So anyway, sorry about that.
Well, at
Have
least
it-
you have confirmation. You're not sitting around all
I've-
day
I've
long. You
had
know
that-
they're coming.
I've had that like 7 times since yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
They just keep
At
calling
least
me
they're
and telling me
thorough.
that I got service, a technician coming today to do whatever.
I like that. Well, at least
Yeah,
they've
well,
been keeping you updated.
They do. They keep me
Yeah.
updated. And I also got, I don't know what time our buddy Chris is going to be showing up at my house today, but he's coming.
Oh,
Sweet.
is he?
Yeah, he's coming to bring me some wood.
Oh, that Chris. I thought we were talking about Hollywood. I was like,
No,
Hollywood's
Hollywood's-
bringing you?
No,
Come.
Hollywood's not coming. Hollywood's going to be working.
Hollywood's probably home.
Well, he is right now, but he's on the way. Anyway, Chris Marks has volunteered.
Oh, that's awesome.
To bring me a load of wood.
Good
So,
job, Chris.
I know. Thank you,
absolutely.
Chris.
He
Yes,
even
thank you.
sent me a picture of it to prove it. He sent me his
Right.
vehicle ready to.
Well, I
ready
was
to-
going to go get it
It's
tomorrow,
slow.
but then he said, you do know it's going to be 3 degrees when you come. Why don't we do it today? I was like, okay.
Yeah, well, he loaded it up enough to get through the 2 nights of
Cold,
really
cold.
cold. Now,
Okay. So whether you're looking for thousands of twinkle lights, horse-drawn carriage rides, or visits with Santa, here are some of the most magical North Carolina towns to visit during the holidays.
mhm.
And they've got them numbered. All right. I don't even know where this is. McAdenville, Secret Identity, Christmas Town, USA. That's what it says. It's a historic mill town with a population of only 600 people and around 1 million Christmas lights.
Wow.
It is literally written into the town charter that every home, business, school, and church must decorate for Christmas.
I like that.
Santa can be seen
How about
wandering
if you,
through the
don't
town.
believe in Christmas?
Then you can't live there. Carolers sing in downtown while church bells ring throughout the community. Children riding past shout "Merry Christmas" as they pass. It is literally like a Christmas movie. They said it was almost abandoned in the Great Depression, and a wealthy family saved the town. There's an immense charm to carefully preserved mills and historic structures, all decked to the nines with greenery, ribbons, and lights. And they've got pictures. Now, number 2, Old
even,
Salem.
Even if I don't go and
Mhm.
cannot go or choose not to go,
Mhm.
that's a place I could support.
I could
Okay,
do
so
that.
done
I would love
deal.
to see that. I don't
Good
even
for
know where
them.
McAdenville is, but I need to
McAdenville,
find out where this
yeah,
is. And I
it's-
think next year I'm going to have to road
We have to
trip
do
it
a
with my
road trip.
peeps.
Maybe we
Yeah.
all of us
Yeah, we'll just
hop in a
go.
buggy and
There,
go.
we should
Yeah.
do a road. We should do a documentary.
We'll do a Christmas road trip week
Yes.
for
all
a
of-
whole
all of
week,
them,
all
yeah.
of us, and we hit them all, and then broadcast each morning from
Yeah.
that town. We could do that.
Yeah, we could, or pick at least 5 of them.
Yeah,
That would
yeah.
be so cool.
The top
Second,
five,
one,
yeah.
couple of them are right near each other, but the next number 2, Old Salem, which is up by my neck of the woods, for an old-fashioned Moravian Christmas. I've been there at Christmas, and it's
You can
awesome.
stay with your mama. I could
Yeah,
get some,
you
I
can
could
stay
get
at
the
Mama's
dirt on you.
house, and we could go there because it'll take from Mama's house to Old Salem is about 40 minutes.
Mm.
So,
And your
Um,
mama could give me all the dirt on you.
She won't tell you nothing. Luckily, her memory's going, so she won't be able to fill you in. So, Old Salem is the only place in North Carolina where you can find a 200-year-old bakery, and this is a true thing,
Ooh,
still churning out gingerbread and those amazing Raven
hungry.
cookies using the same recipe. Horses trot down the
How about
street.
pies?
Yes, but you want them
Mm.
Raven cookies. Raven is nothing
want
like these
pie.
things.
I like lemon meringue.
Candles glow in the window of preserved historic buildings. Moravian stars and decorations shine from the gables of a rustic covered bridge that serves as a portal to Christmas past. Remind me when I'm done to tell you wanted a story. I will give you a story
Okay.
about me and my dad in my hometown at the Moravian church on Christmas Eve, and we got in trouble with Mama. So I'll give you that in a minute.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Dirt's coming out.
We weren't. It was bad.
Mm.
Number 3, Banner Elk. Now this
I
up
know
in the
where that
mountains.
is.
Yeah, they have a traditional
resort and
Christmas tree
everything.
farm. And a village up there, Banner Elk, serves up a small town Christmas with luminary lighted train rides, good old fashioned cut and choose Christmas tree. You can choose your tree and either they cut it or you cut it. It doesn't tell you.
I've been to one of
I'm not
those.
trying to do all that. Downtown Cary. Now this one I could skip. Glowing lanterns and ice skating rinks. And they do a walkable winter wonderland, which is the main street. Includes an ice skating rink, a mailbox to Santa, a giant walk through Christmas order, and those Chinese lanterns that glow.
Mhm.
And the Ashworth
Hmm.
drugstore has a lunch counter that serves up hot dogs and cherry Coke floats.
Okay.
No, we could skip that one on our tour.
I like hot dogs and cheese and
Yeah,
chili on them are
yeah.
good.
Well, yeah,
Ooh,
but I'm not.
melted cheese.
I can't eat them now. But
Hmm.
the next one I have actually done. I can totally vouch for this next one because I've done it.
Okay.
Bryson City, the real life Polar Express. You have to make your reservations early when they go on sale around May or June, or you will not get a ticket. I know, but
Okay.
we've actually taken Prince K to this. They have an actual Polar Express train ride, and the ride features hot chocolate, a visit from Santa, and trip to the North Pole. It says it's literally a storybook, and it is. I am not kidding. If you have not done that Polar Express in Bryson City, you
Haven't.
need to go do it. It is the train ride lasts about 2 hours. And you look out the windows and you go to Santa's village. But on the train ride you get like cookies, and they play the story of the Polar Express while you're going. We all wore matching
Nice.
pajamas. A whole group of us went.
Pajamas?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
because
the
it's the
fun
Polar
of
Express,
it.
Rafer, just like the
You have to wear
the store. You have to
pajamas.
wear your pajamas.
Oh no, I don't.
Everybody decks out. It's a big
Oh,
deal.
yeah.
It would be
Anyway.
an issue for Rayford. 'cause
Okay,
he
well,
doesn't do
Rayford is a
pajamas,
Grinch, but everybody
evidently.
else in the group will wear theirs.
Grinch.
Yeah, but it's Polar Express. But you have to make your reservations early. I think we bought our tickets in like June because they sell out quick.
Okay.
All right, number 6, Beach Mountain, the snowiest town in NC. I believe that completely. It is at the I didn't know this. Beach Mountain's downtown sits at the highest elevation on the East Coast. I didn't know that. I just actually learned something. And so it's that location, according to somebody, makes it the snowiest town in the state. And there's a ski resort, but they're actually closed today and tomorrow because it's too cold. But anyway,
Too cold to go skiing.
but
It's too cold.
they've got tubing
Oh,
there. And
Lord.
my friend went there last year for tubing. They said it was amazing. So even though I hate the snow, I may have to go tube next year. I'm not doing it this year. And then the historic general store, Fred's General Mercantile, has the small town lunch experience. Forest City, I don't know where, it's got to be in the mountains, has 100 years of a million lights. And for a whole century, the main street glows green and red with over 1 million lights. The historic downtown is like something from a Christmas movie. Carriage rides, ice skating, hot chocolate, boutiques with illuminated windows, all that. It was voted the number 1 Christmas town in the greater Asheville area. I never heard of it, and then Blowing Rock with Tweetsy, of course. You can't go up there and not go to Tweetsy. Apparently
Been there.
yeah, I've actually been there as a kid.
Been on the train.
Yep, same. And they do Tweetsy Railroad. They decorate for holidays, obviously. They roast s'mores by Santa's gingerbread house and do some shows. And then there's a magical Christmas train ride, and they have the mountainous route with over 1 million lights, and they have boutiques and all that stuff. So yeah, so we could do a road trip. I think we should.
Oh, we should do that.
Okay, well, we got a car dealer here that we might be able to borrow a van from.
Oh, that would be
Even
good.
better.
Yeah.
See,
Heck
that
yeah.
would be good.
I like
we
it.
Could, we could decorate it out.
Mhm.
Yeah,
and,
put our
put our
logos on the
it
side.
Yeah.
and go a calling.
I like that. That's a good idea.
We should put the
Oh,
big.
Harry,
Yeah, and
we're
we'll
looking for you.
we'll do the Polar Express, and we won't make you wear the pajamas. Lee and I will wear them.
Oh, I'll wear my pajamas.
Mhm.
I tried to buy a pair
If
yesterday
I wear
that
my
were
pajamas, y'all can be
Christmas.
embarrassed.
They were all in
His
size
birthday
3X.
suit pajamas.
Oh, I was telling you though, but just to warm you up, when I was in a store yesterday, a retail store, the whole side over here was bathing suits. They've got the bathing suits out now.
Mm-mm. A little too
I'm like,
cold for
I'm just
that.
looking for flannel.
Yeah, I ordered some
They
from
might
Amazon.
have some flannel bathing suits.
And I was just like, are you serious?
You know, you might actually be able to find that,
You
Raver.
might be able to.
I bet you can.
Mm-hmm. Probably.
I don't know
I
who'd want
just
to wear
wanted
one,
some
but
Christmas jammies to wear.
they're hard. You
Christmas
have to
Eve
get
night.
those early.
Obviously.
I've already
you
done
need to
that.
get those
I
in the
did it on Black
summertime.
Friday.
My size, you need to get, summertime when they come out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, me and the girls and Mom do the matching pajamas, and we always take a picture.
Really?
But I got them on Black Friday. Yeah, at Old Navy.
Really?
Hmm
Going back
Mhm.
to
Oh.
sad stories, we brought up a story this past April about the 2 children that died on base at Camp Lejeune.
We
Yep.
did.
And nothing ever came out about that. But finally, something today.
Yeah.
It was the weighted blankets. They both were under weighted blankets.
Well, they crawled in the zipper part.
and they died from asphyxiation, is what they're saying now. And Target is now recalling all the blankets they sell.
Now, I thought weighted blankets were like around the edges. They had like weights.
No, it's
into
sewn
the-
in, but I have a weighted blanket. My grandson has one. And
I
I've got
don't
clients
know.
that have. We even have them at work.
It's like a
None of ours
sleeping bag?
zip. No,
Oh,
I don't-
okay.
I haven't-
That's what I never
the
heard
ones
of.
I have are not. They don't zip.
So-
This one
It
zips.
says these are blankets that a young child can become entrapped in by unzipping and entering the blanket. And
Yeah.
that Target received 4 reports of
Oh, okay.
entrapment
Got it.
in 2
The
of
weights
those.
are in the zipper.
They
the
must
zipper
be.
pockets or something.
I don't know. I've never seen.
I
I've
don't
never seen a
know. I'm
zippered weighted
guessing.
blanket,
I'm,
Rayford, ever.
I'm looking.
We have them at work even, and none of them have zip. I've never. That's bizarre. It's very sad. Weighted blankets are very good for people with anxiety.
Yes.
We use them at work, and I'll even have clients that will lay on the couch and cover up with one, especially when I'm working with people with trauma. But
Mhm.
none of mine zip. I didn't know they made them like that. That's kind of creepy. I'm envisioning like a duvet or something where you.
Yeah.
I've
But it's strange.
I've never seen a weighted blanket that
But,
zipped
but
ever.
didn't they
Here-
die
here's-
apart from each other? They
here-
didn't die at the same
I
time.
thought they were related.
Here's a company that is advertising.
Hmm
We provide the one and only weighted blanket on the market that uses a full zipper system to easily attach or detach our blanket from its cover.
I've never seen that.
Oh,
I
Mine
guess
don't
that
do
is
that.
saying.
Come
Yeah.
all the way around.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
With uncovered.
hmm
And then somebody could unzip it and maybe perhaps get in. Oh my!
Wouldn't that be
Why
almost
would you
like a
do that?
sleeping bag?
Yeah, it'd be like a sleeping bag.
then I
I've
guess-
never seen that
like-
ever.
You ever seen sleeping bags that had the zipper? They have a zipper tab on the
Mhm.
inside too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You ever seen one where the zipper tab broke on the inside?
Y'all make me
No,
lose my
you're
breath.
making
I
me.
can't breathe.
That's making me claustrophobic. No, Raver, make my chest hurt
That's
with
why
that.
you sleep with a pocket knife.
Well, I would say,
Sorry.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
'Cause
That's just-
imagine
I-
being in there.
I'm
and then-
claustrophobic.
and
There's
then
no
you're
way.
trying to unzip it, and this thing comes apart on you. Like, now what? Hello, anybody around?
Mhm.
Hello, nobody here.
Wow. Yeah,
Go for
we
the
were
pocket knife.
we were so waiting for to
No,
find out what
yeah.
had happened there, and
I
now,
just-
and now
I
it's finally
just
breaking.
Have
I s-
never
like-
seen a weighted blanket that zips ever.
Well, this
I guess
one
the first time, yeah.
uses a full zipper system to easily attach or detach our
Yeah.
blanket.
I don't understand the
from
point.
It's a pillow,
cover.
a pillow fort weighted blankets, so they're made like sleeping bags, evidently.
Oh, I don't like that. No, I don't
Yeah.
recommend that at all.
Target's
No.
recalling 204,000 of them.
as they should.
No
I've
matter
never, yeah.
how much you move around at
Yeah.
night, your weighted blanket will remain perfectly in place inside its cover.
I just don't like that at all. Yeah. I'm not feeling that.
All right, just go ahead and tell me how cold it is down yonder.
They're supposed to get cold on there.
We're having a thunderstorm. Does that mean I get snow in 10 days?
Yes,
Yeah.
you
If-
do.
If you move north.
Florida's look, Drew, South Florida's supposed to be cold this week. I saw that on Weather Channel. Y'all supposed to dip
Yeah,
cold.
but our cold and your cold.
I know, but it's cold for you guys.
16 degrees
Right,
here
Brighton
tonight.
City, where the Polar Express is,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be 0 tonight,
hmm
3 tomorrow night, 4 the next night,
Ooh.
and 7 the next night.
Yeah.
No,
So
Yeah.
go on down for the Polar Express.
no. Polar Express we do in like August.
No, it don't work that way, Rayford. It's not
Right.
It's not polar in August.
It's
Ugh.
but I have been on the Polar Express in Brighton City.
It's awesome. I've done it. It's amazing. Yes, isn't it? Yes.
They give you hot chocolate.
They do.
and if you aren't diabetic, you will be when you drink the hot chocolate.
Yeah,
Ooh,
it's
that's
good.
My kind of hot chocolate.
It's good.
Yeah.
It is that sweet. And the time we went, they gave us Rice Krispie cake
hmm
that were so stale that you almost broke your teeth trying to eat them.
No, when I went,
Wow.
and I went a couple of years ago, they gave us the chocolate chip cookies, and they were, I
Yeah,
don't know what they were made with. They were good.
Ooh,
They were good.
I actually know the person that they baked those
hmm
at the train station.
Yeah.
And
They're good.
I know the little girl that had that job one year.
Well, they're amazing.
So
what is she
Sounds
doing
like
now? I mean,
fun.
you know.
now she manages the snack shop at the Smoky Mountain Country Club in Whittier.
But I'd like to have
Okay.
some fresh chocolate chip cookies too.
Those chocolate chip cookies on that train were good. I'm telling you
I
right
bet that
now.
chocolate just
Oh
melts
my
in your
gosh.
mouth.
Oh, it was so good.
along with
That
some
hot chocolate
along
was
with hot
amazing.
chocolate.
Get a
Oh,
big
my.
old mug of it. Oh God, it was good.
I'm about out of chocolate chip cookies too. I bought some the other day.
You better stock up.
Oh, you've got some chocolate now.
Yeah.
Well, Drew, are you ready for Christmas?
I think my wife is.
Yeah, I'm ready.
I mean, I don't do those things.
I love it. I did all my stockings last night,
Oh,
actually.
did you?
Yeah.
I'm proud. I did all my wrapping a week ago.
Oh, I'm done. I'm ready.
stress this
I'm
year.
excited.
No stress at all.
I'm very excited. I'm ready.
I just got excuses, no problem.
Rayford does all his shopping tomorrow, Christmas Eve.
Yeah. There's
Yeah,
not,
I know. I've heard him say that. Okay,
there's
time to
not
go shopping.
nearly as much to choose from, so you don't have to go
So wrong, Rayford.
looking through
Oh,
everything.
my gosh.
And if all else fails, there's always those well, there used to be those dollar tables, you know, at the 7-Eleven stores.
Oh my gosh.
You can stop by there and pick up
Oh.
$5 worth of stuff and wrap them individually. 5 gifts. Here you go. Not
Oh
a
my
problem.
gosh.
Mm-mm.
Would you
Well,
go?
I hope everybody up there has a very, very Merry Christmas.
You
We hope
too.
you too.
And
yes.
Merry Christmas to you
And-
guys as well.
Try to stay warm. I mean, I will probably take the convertible out to dinner tonight and take a picture just to.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you
do
guys
that.
so much.
Send me
Do
a
that.
picture because I'm
Yes.
gonna.
I
Aggravating.
want
Yeah.
to see that.
It's gonna be 20. You know, it's gonna be ridiculous.
That'd be cool.
29
Yeah,
at 5
I-
o'clock here. Yeah.
And Rayford was talking about 89.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
It was so cold. That 89 holds the record for the coldest Christmas down here. It was 30.
Oh wow.
Um,
It
You
was 0 at 6 a.m. because I was at the TV station that morning at 6 o'clock and it came across the weather wire coming out every 30 minutes. At 6 a.m. it was 0 at the National Weather Center at the airport in Wilmington. Still stands. Google it
Yeah,
anytime you want.
We really need a good freeze down here because when we get those invasive pythons in the Everglades,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but that
they can't take the cold. The last
Yeah.
time we had a freeze down here, wiped about 75% of them out.
ooh.
So I mean, it's better than hunting them. When you get a good freeze,
Yeah.
it does the snakes in.
Well,
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
You could go along and pick up one of them frozen snakes and just pop him up against a tree and he'll break into little pieces.
Mm-hmm.
What's funny is the iguanas down here.
Oh, they
When
just
the
fall out of the
temperature
trees.
When the temperatures get down into the low 40s,
Mhm.
they've just become they just like hibernate. They just
Yep.
go unconscious and they fall out of the trees onto the ground and
Yep.
they just lay there.
Yep.
And as soon as the temperature gets above 45 again, they jump up and run away. It's
That's
the weirdest
awesome.
thing you ever saw in your life.
I
They're
love
just
it.
lizards. That's all they are.
Big ugly lizards.
All right,
Thanks.
Drew.
Thanks,
you
Drew. Have a good
Have a
Christmas.
good one. Merry Christmas
Yeah,
to you.
Merry
Y'all have a
Christmas,
Merry
Drew.
Christmas.
All right.
Take care.
Take
Bye.
care. Let's take a break here live in local Real Talk 910-333-0139. We'll be right back. You know, Tideline Marine going to be opening the doors here in just a few minutes. Going to be the last day here for a bit of time. So I think they may be open a little bit tomorrow, but today's the last full day for you to go down and do some shopping. And if you want to pick up a new boat while you're there, that's cool too. They got a number of them in stock. You need a motor for your little John boat? They got some. Put a bow around it. Call it a Christmas gift. Duh. 9.9 to 20 horsepower, all tiller controls, to 15 and 20-inch shaft lengths, different lengths. So if you need a motor, Tideline finally got a shipment in that they've been waiting for a while, but it all came at one time. So that's good, and good deals for you. Tideline Marine for that and a whole lot more of other stuff. The last time you can get some shopping done, get on down there and pick her up for that fisherman or boater in your life. Tideline is located at 159 Old Bridge Street on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. Storm warning. Oh, yeah. Storm warning offshore in effect through this evening. Westerly winds today, 30 to 40 knots, diminishing to 25 to 30 late. Gusts going to be up to 50 knots. That'll decrease to 40 knots later today. Seas big, 9 to 14 feet, 9 to 12 feet near shore. Dominant period, 7 seconds. Sounds and rivers extremely rough. Don't remember seeing an extremely rough call for the sounds and rivers in a long time.
I know.
I think it was hurricane
I
time.
agree
The
with
last
Does that
time.
mean it's going to be worser?
Yeah, it's going to get less worse this afternoon, diminishing to very rough. Westerly winds tomorrow, 20 to 25 knots, diminishing to 15 to 20 in the afternoon. Seas 5 to 8 feet, subsiding to 4 to 6 in the afternoon. Near shore, seas 4 to 6, subsiding to 3 to 4 in the afternoon. Dominant period, 7 seconds. Sounds and rivers again, they're going to stay rough, diminishing to choppy late in the afternoon tomorrow. Northwesterly winds on Sunday, 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet.
Today, it's going to start off being cloudy and then it's going to clear, but the temperature will fall throughout the day and it will be around 29 at 5 o'clock. So be prepared. It's also going to be gusty today with gusts actually as high as 45 miles an hour. That's like tropical storm winds. Tonight, clear, cold, low of 16 and still gusty. Tomorrow, sunny, high of only 32, still gusty. Tomorrow night, clear, low of 17, cold. And Christmas Day, sunny, high of 39.
Well, we're gonna try one guy. He's been kicked out of the North Pole time and again and again.
I don't think so.
He has. He's Mr. Grinch himself.
I don't believe that.
Good morning, Victor. How are you?
Good morning. I ain't going to be no Grinch, and
You-
I ain't going to insult nobody today.
Oh.
That's your Christmas present.
How are you?
I feel slighted.
I'm well. I wanted to share with you all, starting with the ladies, the strangest Christmas gift I've ever given anyone.
Oh, that you've given? Okay, this ought to be fun.
Yeah, I'm curious.
One year, I gave my girlfriend for Christmas my vasectomy.
Oh,
Lord have mercy.
okay. Well, that's a good gift.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, no, she had cancer, so she couldn't take the pill,
Mm-hmm.
and she was allergic to latex.
Mhm.
So that cut out condoms. So yeah, I went and got a vasectomy for her Christmas
That was
present.
the ultimate gift.
I like
Christmas
that.
gift.
Good
Yes.
gift. Good gift.
Proud of you, bud.
Yep.
Mhm.
Very good.
Yeah, and I would recommend that to all the guys out there because not only it's painful for a few days. So she felt so sorry for me. All that weekend, I could watch sports on television, and whenever I needed, pardon me.
Nothing. Go ahead.
Okay, and whenever I needed, she would fetch me a beer or a little blue pill for the pain and bring me little snackies. And I could just sit in the chair and enjoy sports.
Oh, that's good.
Well, I hope you have a wonderful Christmas, Vic.
I do
Yeah,
too.
I do too.
I wish that on you all too. Happy Christmas.
Thank you,
Happy
Vic.
gift. That was a
You
good
take care,
gift.
sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Okay. Anybody else want to chat this morning? 910-333-0139 before we jump into the dumb crook, because it is a holiday coming up, but crooks, especially dumb ones, don't take holidays off, do they?
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
They do not.
So anyway, and lest I forget it, Madison Small, senior at Southwest High School, returned from Japan for her senior year, went undefeated and won the East Central Championship and played in Raleigh for the state championship in tennis. And she's going to be Chris Rayner's guest today on Sports Talk,
wonderful.
immediately following Live and Local Real Talk. So that's going to
Nice.
happen at 9 o'clock this morning. Stay tuned for that as well. Now, for the dumb, well, do I need to? I guess we probably do, because we are going to be hearing a lot about it over the weekend and coming up. The border they've started already coming across the border.
Oh,
Forget
yes.
Title 42,
yes.
whether it's extended, they don't care. They're there. They're coming into this country, and they're coming in droves. Now, I guess they've sent they've called up the Army, the National Guard.
Mhm.
Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
They call up the National Guard. So thank you, Mr. President. Your actions and lack of actions in taking care of the border problem have sent a bunch of National Guardsmen to the border, especially around the El Paso area, and they're going to be wishing each other a Merry Christmas in Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. They're thanking you too.
And not spending it with their families.
And not
Yes.
spending it with
Yeah.
their families.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing that's happening down there, new report comes out in a book, new book that's been being released or has been released. I'm trying to find the name of it. The Fight of His Life Inside Joe Biden's White House by Chris Whipple. Be interested to pick it up and start looking at it. And apparently as the border crisis was looming and getting worse and more publicized, that's the big problem. Whether it's getting worse or not, nobody really cares in the government. But when they start getting publicity about it, that's when they start carrying, right? Well, apparently he went on intense rampages. He's human, and I'm sure that he did not like the publicity. And he says he did not like the fact that things were getting worse at the border. So a lot of F-bombs were dropped.
Oh.
Around the White House and with folks out there. So the book called The Fight of His Life should be kind of interesting.
Hey, we just had a news alert from Mike McHugh. Duke Energy is reporting 2,343 power outages affecting 113,302 customers in the Carolinas right now.
Not here. Thank goodness.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness we have that warm water to keep us warm.
Yeah.
But thanks, Mike.
Whitecaps and flooding tides on Queens Creek this morning, too.
Really?
When you got whitecaps on the creek,
Oh, yeah.
you got rough water.
I have a friend of
That's
mine
very
who lives
rough.
right there.
Yeah.
He usually
Yeah.
sends me that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to check the weather.
Mike sent that up as well. Our buddy Mike McHugh. Happy Merry Christmas to you, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
I'll
Mike.
chat
Thank
with
you.
beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to the other dumb crook news,
Mhm.
non-political dumb crooks, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And I've got one I wanted to tell you about last week, and then ran out of time. And then the other ones I will I involve Christmas. You want to go ahead and take that before I
Yeah,
get
we got Steve
yeah.
on the line.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve, Merry Christmas.
Hey, Merry Christmas, guys.
Thank you.
How y'all doing this morning?
Hanging
how are
in
you?
here.
Hey. Just wanted to call in and say hey today at the end of the week. Thank y'all for another wonderful week of shows.
Thank you, sir, for
Yeah.
commenting.
Yeah, I had an exciting morning this morning. I was
Uh-oh.
calling earlier. I was in the restroom and a daggone tree fell down, crashed the roof on me.
Oh, you're
Oh, my.
kidding me.
What?
Hit the house?
Talk about burying the
hit the house,
headline.
knocked the hole right through the roof, right above the bathroom.
Oh, my gosh. That was
I- you know,
frightening.
I got lots of things
It
I
was.
can
Yes,
say
lots
here,
of things we could say
and
here.
I'm not going to say any of them.
Yeah, at least you were in the right place for
You're
something
right.
like that.
It's not funny, but it is funny. If you would have been here, you would have definitely
Yeah,
laughed.
I said,
All the places.
I would have just messed my pants, but that had to happen to me.
Well, I was
but
in
then
a good
again,
spot. Let's just say that.
you were in a
Let's
good
leave it at that.
spot.
I was in a good spot.
Yeah, perfect
That's
situation. Oh
wild.
my.
Yeah.
How you got something? You got somebody coming over to help you get that thing secured?
Well, my youngest son was here. We went ahead and got the tree off, got it tarred, got the insurance company called, insurance
Okay.
claims
Wow.
in.
Good.
So
Because
yeah,
you might
that's what I was
need
doing
that.
pretty much your show this morning.
Yeah, you might need that room again over the next couple of nights, and it's going to be cold.
Yes.
Oh yeah. But yeah, luckily nobody was hurt.
Yeah.
And,
My
nothing
goodness.
but just some little bit of structural damage can be fixed. So
Okay, what kind of tree is it?
it was a pine tree.
Oh, okay, forget about it.
He's looking for free wood.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, 20-some years ago when I cleared this lot, I probably would have took them pine trees out. They were a lot smaller then.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
If I'd have known now what I know, or knew then what I know now.
Is it really windy out there, Steve?
It is. I'd say it's gusting 30, 40 mile an hour out
Wow.
Wow.
there. Yeah,
And
it's pretty gusty. Yeah.
Mm.
But anyway, like I say, I just wanted to call
Merry
and
Christmas to you.
wish y'all
Well,
a good
yeah. Merry
weekend.
Christmas.
have a good one.
Yeah, I will. And I'm down in Emerald Isle at the E Club. If anybody feels like coming out in this mess tonight, I'll be out there.
Okay.
So, other than that,
You
y'all
got-
have a Merry Christmas.
You too, Steve.
Do they have a heater in the place?
They do.
Good. Okay.
They do.
Thank you.
Yeah, and they have liquid heat.
There
Oh,
you go. Same
Liquid
thing.
gold.
That'll help you out.
Yes.
Antifreeze. They call
All right,
it.
y'all have
Thank
a wonderful day.
You
Bye-bye.
too, Steve.
Bye.
And we got one more caller before we get into dumb quick. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. This
Hey.
is Robin.
Hey, Robin. How are you, sir?
Yeah, good morning, guys. I just want to call and wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I just want to thank all the citizens of Bonneville County for all their and for the perseverance this past year and starting the budget process all over again. And now we've got a fully staffed board of commissioners with the
Yay.
addition of Ms. Lisa Carpenter and then Mark Price being reinstated. And but anyway, I just wanted to wish everybody a very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and God bless all.
Yep, you too. And I hope you've got everything squared away in the Christmas gift department, if you know what I mean.
I hope you got everything on the list.
I did, and so mission accomplished. So I should have a free pass for Christmas Day and with a big smile. So yeah, I'm good to go.
No doghouse necessary. Very good, sir. Thank you.
All right, thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye, Robin.
Dumb crooks.
Okay, we're gonna start with the one I think you'll find dumb.
Okay.
You will appreciate this one. It's in Louisiana in Coushatta Parish. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but anyway, involves an off-duty police officer, Rayford, because I thought you'd like
Uh-huh.
this one. His name is Javera Pouncey. Okay. So this guy is a total idiot. So he got caught jacklighting deer. Okay. That's the first, but that's the least of his worries. But here we go.
For you guys who don't know what that is, you go out at
Illegal.
nighttime and it's illegal, and you take a bright light, generally a spotlight or something like that.
Mhm.
You're aiming at the deer. The deer kind of freezes in place,
Yeah.
and then you shoot it.
Yeah.
That's illegal.
Mm-hmm.
It's unsportsmanlike.
It's mean.
It's going to get you jail time. You're going to lose. If you got your car with you, you just gave that up to the state. And then your gun, forget about it. Hunting license, suspended for a long time.
Well,
okay, go ahead.
So that was the first thing he did. When the Louisiana State Game Warden pulled him over, they were in the parish police car.
What?
He's jacklighting deer from his police car, Rayford. It's him and
Did
him
he
and
shoot one?
they killed a deer by doing that.
Oh,
Yeah, that's how they got caught. Well, that was the first that prompted some kind of call. So he had 3 buddies with him. Okay. So
good old boys.
the
No doubt.
warden got them all out of there, searched and disarmed them,
Mhm.
ran their names through NCIC. Gets even better. So Mr. Javera didn't even have a hunting license. Now you got to remember, he's the police
He
officer.
doesn't need one.
One of the men with him was a convicted felon who had a weapon on him.
Uh-oh.
So that he and wasn't allowed to have it. So the warden confiscated a gun. Found out that guy didn't have a hunting license either.
Uh-huh.
So neither did the other two guys. Gets even better. So you got 4 men illegally hunting. One's a convicted felon. All of them got weapons.
And one's a cop
One's a cop in
On-
the cop car.
in a cop car.
Yeah. And they were on private property when they did it.
Without a
Uh-oh.
search warrant.
It's even worse. So I mean, and this guy cannot claim ignorance because he's law enforcement. Like he can't use I didn't know
He
or
can claim stupidity, and
well,
he
he's
will
gonna
be
have
guilty
to.
of that.
Well,
First degree.
he's been suspended
Yeah.
while they're investigating
Why-
me.
why?
I'd have fired his butt immediately. But there we go, right there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Rayford, you just cannot make this stuff up. Do you want to take a break and come back to this Santa story that is it's from California and I'm not surprised. And when I tell you what it is, you won't be surprised either. I
Yeah,
don't
we'll
think.
we'll take a
Okay.
break, but we're going to say hey to Deborah real fast. Like, hey, Deborah, what's up?
Hey, this is actually Deborah's husband,
Hey.
Chris Hayner.
Hey, Chris, how are you, sir?
I don't know why it shows it's Deborah, but hey,
It says
it's the
Deborah.
better half.
What
Well, it's good.
you know, in this day and time, Chris, you can do you can identify as anything you want.
That's right.
Well, I'll stick with Chris.
Okay.
Really, though, and you raised that point. So if I want to be a Carolina Panther football player, do I just put on all this stuff and show up and they got to accept me as a football player?
Why not?
Okay.
Mhm.
That's the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
I want to be a millionaire, so I'm going to just show up as Donald Trump.
Oh, please.
Oh,
They
you
show me the
stop
money,
right
baby.
Yeah. Where's
Please.
my money, honey?
Oh,
Get
my
you an orange wig.
I just want to wish you guys a happy Christmas.
You too, Chris.
And remind everyone to listen to the show. Follow you guys. We got local tennis star Madison Small on there live today.
Yep.
She came over. Her parents were stationed in Okinawa. She got back over here, rolled through the East Central Conference. They didn't know what hit them because they never expected this. You know, they grow up playing each other, and all of a sudden here's this newcomer. You know.
Right.
And she played for a state title, so she did really good. So we'll hear about her story today on Sports Talk.
Yeah, I heard about that a little while ago, and I'm glad to know that she's going to be there. That's good.
All right. Well, thank you guys. You guys
Chris-
have a Merry Christmas.
All right, we'll be
Appreciate it, sir.
listening.
You too.
All right, take care.
Bye-bye. All right, let's take a break. You're live in Local Real Talk. We'll be right back. Good morning. Welcome back, live and local.
We're being mischievous.
No, we're not. I'm being like me.
Yeah.
Okay. Should I hit post on that?
Oh, it's your comment.
Done.
Okay.
I have I can make comments, and I do make comments here on the radio, of course, and with commentaries. That's what they're about.
Yes, you
Also, I do a lot of fun stuff on Facebook, stuff that is, some people may take it seriously, like Facebook. Sometimes I used to take it seriously, but a lot of it's just it's meant to be fun. Some people, it's okay, whatever.
Some people take it seriously and think they know better.
I get to fire back too.
Yeah.
The last line
what's-
is mine.
That's what social media is all about.
Dumb crooks.
Okay.
Right. Let's get back.
Monterey County, California. This happened back in 2015, but this is the most craziest thing I think I've read in a while. So a man came into a Buffalo Wild Wings. His name is Randy Lang. He was dressed as Santa. Okay. He claimed to be Santa Claus and brought with him a duffel bag that had 2 pounds of pot in it. Okay. He started
the gift that keeps on giving.
Dun, dun,
He
dun, dun.
told customers that he brought presents, placing samples of pot into the confused chicken greased hands.
What?
Yeah. Then he filled the tip jar for the employees up with a big old brick of weed. Now, the employees and most of the people in the restaurant were not impressed with Mr. Lang.
I'm sure.
They called the cops.
Good.
When they cops got there, believe it or not, he was calm. Big shock. And
Well, pot will make you that way.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So he told the police, he said he expected to be arrested at some point for doing this, which means he'd done it before.
duh.
This was like a thing. So when they arrested him, he was charged with furnishing marijuana. I don't know what that means. And when they searched his house, they found, and he had like 5 pounds in his bag and then another 2 pounds at his house. Got arrested. Yeah. Yep. So what a moron.
Yeah. He's a double barrel. He's probably.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
So then in
Good for him.
Canada, you know how like you can do letters to Santa and stuff like that? That's a thing. And how that normally works is kids write a letter to Santa and it goes to an address and then they get a letter back.
Sure.
Well, in Canada, the Canada Post runs a program, and it actually won a Guinness Book of World Records for over 15 million letters written, gave them the accolades for that, as the most letters to Santa ever received and responded to. So that's a big deal. Well, back in 2007, something happened. 10 children received letters from Santa that were, I can't read what they said. They were laced with profanity and terrible statements.
Oh, my.
One of them, this letter is too long, you dumb. And I mean, some of it I can't read. It's awful. Absolutely horrific, Rayford. Kids were traumatized, upset. So the police, they tracked down, they originally thought it's just one rogue, person. Turns out it was a group of teenagers who had gained access to the letter somehow and sent out the terrible responses. Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
that's so sad.
It's
Every year at the
yeah.
post office, when we would collect the Santa letters, there were some of us that would sit down and answer every single one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because kids, it's special.
In a situation like this,
Innocent.
That's terrible.
Coal up the side of the head would be.
I agree.
Bag of
That is
coal.
just
a piece of
awful.
coal in a sock and just some body damage would work. Not a problem.
Yeah.
That's just mean.
Yep. One more real quick one. I know we got to take a quick break. In Brazil, Sao Paulo to be exact, a man in a full Santa costume showed up at the Campo de Marte airport. Okay, he wanted to hire a helicopter, so he found a helicopter pilot, and the pilot's like, because it was Black Friday, and he says, "Why do you want to rent a helicopter?" I mean, legit question. You're dressed as Santa, so
Black Friday.
he said he wanted to create a surprise. Yeah, day after Thanksgiving, he wanted to create a surprise to mark the special day. Okay, So then the pilot goes, okay. Santa produced a weapon, makes the
Santa.
pilot fly to a farm remotely, rendezvoused at the farm with an accomplice. They tie up the pilot, leave him at the farm, and steal his helicopter.
Oh,
Mhm.
So I guess they could fly.
They apparently could.
Oh,
well, let's
wow.
hope so.
So they didn't have a sleigh. They wanted a helicopter.
I
And they vanished into thin air, not to be found, nor has the helicopter been found.
probably is in the bottom of the ocean.
Or painted and with new
Yeah,
letters on it or whatever. Yeah.
That's a good
Running
Yeah.
drugs.
Yeah.
It-
Took
it-
several hours for him to free himself, and he called the police. And
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
gotta take a
well.
break.
I thought when you mentioned around Thanksgiving, I thought you
Mhm.
were going to come up with something about WKRP in Cincinnati.
Oh,
Oh, I
gosh.
love that show.
The-
And I've
the-
seen that
the-
episode.
Yeah.
No,
That episode, I've
Yeah.
seen it.
I love it. Yes. I've seen it a
That's
million
one I
times.
can
Yeah.
watch it 50 times.
Yes,
no
agreed.
problem. You're
Yeah.
live, for those who don't know,
It's on YouTube.
WKRP in Cincinnati.
Mhm.
Look it up.
Look it on YouTube. That
The-
particular
Yes.
episode, the Thanksgiving
The
episode.
Turkey, and
Yeah.
do not tune out when it gets to the end of the show, because
Keep
you
going.
ain't got to the end of the
Correct.
show until you got to the end of the show.
Correct.
Just keep watching.
It's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're live and local, Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME, and we'll be right back. Okay. I guess this is wrapping us up pretty fast here today.
It is.
We ran a little bit over, but it's okay.
That's
We're
okay.
here.
Yeah.
We made it. Seriously, be very careful. We've got winter weather
Mhm.
out there.
We do.
It's just going to be windy and cold.
Very
here.
cold.
Extreme cold here. Take care of your critters, please. Take care of
Mhm.
yourselves.
Mhm.
If you're going to go out, at least your kids are not going to go out and play so much in the snow along our neck
Mhm.
of the woods. But if you're out there, you can still have things like frostbite. The
Correct.
kids can
Yeah.
get it, and it is a dangerous situation.
Temperatures are going to tumble throughout the day. They're already starting to drop.
Yeah.
Durham's already dropped down to like 30 degrees.
Yeah,
It's-
so
yeah.
so be ever so careful out there. Be ever careful with your homes, with any type of emergency heating or extra heating that you do in case you do lose power.
Mhm.
Wood fireplaces are great, by the way. Propane or natural gas fireplaces, same thing. All of that good stuff is great, but you got to monitor it. You don't go
Mhm.
leaving it alone. All right. Just be very careful. I've heard some people talk about the kerosene heaters, like the old
Mhm.
kerosene
The old
heater
kind, yeah,
days.
yeah.
Be careful. Be
Yes.
very careful.
Mhm.
There were more fires attributed to those things when they were popular in the 80s, when
Mhm.
the cost of fuel started going up and the cost of electricity, all that crap. But there were more fires. That was the number one cause of fires in this country
Yes.
in those days.
Well,
Period. Bottom line.
the other thing, Rayford, real quick, is for those like me that have the, gas logs
Yep.
in their house, make sure you have a carbon monoxide detector in your house as
Absolutely.
well.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Make sure if you have gas logs in your house and you do not have a carbon monoxide, you go to Lowe's or Home Depot, and
Pick
maybe
up
even Walmart sells it. Get one today.
Yep.
We don't want any tragedies occurring, and you absolutely, that's a must. If you have gas logs in your house, you need one.
And the
Yeah.
other thing, like I said earlier, even if you close the doors to
Mhm.
one room where
Mhm.
your gas logs are, or where your fireplace is, or anything, you close the doors or cover up that opening.
Mhm.
Leave a crack in there somewhere to get some fresh air through.
Yeah.
Even if you have to leave a window open an inch,
Mhm.
it'll create a little draft
Yeah.
coming through. I understand that. That's
Yeah.
cold. However,
Yeah.
you need fresh air going through that place. Okay.
Yep.
We don't want to have to read tragic news on Monday. Okay.
No, we don't.
Period.
So just
Bottom line.
get a
Let's-
carbon monoxide detector.
Yes.
Yeah.
And another thing, when you're out
Okay.
driving, you need to be cautious, especially in the rural
Candy
areas.
sent a
Yes.
note earlier to
Mhm.
you, right?
Yeah, she called me.
About
Yeah.
the wind.
So the
Yeah.
wind is
Driving
really
around.
bad. There's things blowing. If you've got your Christmas ornaments or whatever, please secure them in your yard.
Yes.
Secure your. It's going to get. 45 mile an hour today, Gus. It's windy.
And you need
Yeah.
to be on alert at nighttime. Put
Yeah.
your deer alert on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Please.
Yeah.
And also
Yeah.
you've got wind blowing cars. A lot of them are kind of small.
Yeah.
And they're easily made mobile going the wrong way, like sideways.
Yeah.
Bridges.
Hmm.
We've got one high-rise bridge here in
And
Jacksonville.
it blows you
We've got
around.
them there at North Topsail. We've
Yep.
got them in Emerald
Mhm.
Isle.
Mhm.
Those bridges are up in the air.
Yeah.
The wind up there, even 50 or 100 feet above sea level, is higher than the wind is at sea level.
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah.
You'll slow it down. If you can get around without going across the bridge, you can do that, but definitely don't go sliding across that bridge running wide open. During a
Shoo-wee.
hurricane, they close
They do
bridges.
close the
right.
bridges
When
for that
winds are gonna
reason.
be-
Yeah. Yeah.
When winds are going to be as much as the winds are going to be today and tomorrow,
Yeah.
they have been known to close the bridges.
Correct.
I don't know what the DOT will do this time because there ain't no declared hurricane out there.
Mhm.
Okay. We've got Chris Rayner coming up in about 2 minutes, right
Sports
after
Talk.
Fox News break here. We will be back in here. Yes, we're going to be working Monday.
Mhm.
Yes,
And
we
we'll
are.
have hopefully some exciting news for you on Monday.
That's
Yep. That's our
right.
plan.
So
And Merry
we're-
Christmas,
we're working-
everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Have a great time.
Have a
Just be
safe weekend.
ever so careful.
Mhm.
And we'll see all of y'all come Monday. Have a great time.